Hello, everyone, and welcome to Just Lovely Living. Here is where we create the atmosphere for you to celebrate our grace, beauty, and style. My name is Tanya, and I'm on a journey to semi-retirement to doing some slow traveling. And I was just wondering, was anyone else out there doing the same thing? How are you planning for retirement? Are you planning for retirement? Let's talk about it. Well, before we get started, I want to thank my new subscribers. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I do appreciate you joining me on this journey. And those of you who have pressed that button for the very first time, welcome. We're just getting started. And on this channel, I'm talking about how I'm moving towards semi-retirement. So what that means for me is I would have to work a little bit, but I'm going to be working on my own terms. I'm going to plan on doing some consulting, and I want to do some slow traveling as well, which means 2 to 3 months at a time, I'll be out of the country, exploring other cultures, just to see where I potentially may want to move for long term. So I'm excited about this journey, and I hope that you will continue on to join me as we move forward. Now, tell me, how are you planning? Have you considered about planning for retirement? What's a good age for you to retire? I would like to retire early, so I'm starting this journey early. I am getting ready to turn 56. On the 18th is my birthday. So I've just been exploring that. How can I retire just a little bit earlier than 65? Now, in my last video, I shared with you that my journey didn't start here today. About a year ago, I made a decision to downsize, and that was a journey. I'm still on that journey of downsizing, of getting rid of things. I have some storage now, but I want to take you back and show you a clip where I attempted to record my journey last year, and I just don't know why I didn't put it up and start it earlier, but neither here nor there. We're here now. And so let me show you that clip now. So I wanted to take you on this journey with me. I've been wanting to start this particular channel, Just Lovely Living, for the longest. I am downsizing from my townhome. It's 3 levels. I have 2 rooms in the basement. I have 2 rooms upstairs with 2 full baths, a half a bath on the main floor. I'm allowing my son to come live in the house while I downsize into an apartment. From there, I plan on, within the next couple of years, take some time to travel, do some slow traveling. I may be gone for 2-3 months at a time and come back and forth. But I wanted to take you along on this journey as I start a new chapter of this part of my life. So if that's something that you think that you would be interested in following, I would love for you to like, share, and subscribe. I know other people may be going through this as well, so it may be something interesting that you may want to follow along. So that video that you just saw, that was me moving out of my townhouse and moving into an apartment. Let me back up just a little bit further. So a few months prior to then, my son's lease was up and he was looking for a larger space. And I suggested that we swap spaces. Not me actually going into his apartment, but I went and found a different apartment and I allowed him to come into the townhouse. He actually turned one of the bedrooms into a full closet. He put rails up and made it into a closet. Basically, that's what he needed more room for, was for all his clothing. He's a big thrifter, so he has a lot of suits and shoes and so forth. So I went ahead and I moved into an apartment. Now, the funny thing about it, I was only able to sign a 9-month lease, which was a little odd, but I felt like that would give me an opportunity to see if this is what I really wanted to do, and then if I wanted to extend it for another year. Another reason for me wanting to move into an apartment, I realized going up and down the steps in my townhouse was really taking a toll on my knees. I would go downstairs, I would need my reading glasses and forget my reading glasses, have to come back up, If I want a glass of water, I got to go back downstairs. And then my phone seemed to never be in a place where I needed either if I was up or down the steps. So over time, my knees just really start to bother me. So I wanted to take some time away from the stairs and move into the first level of an apartment. So I've been able to do that for the last year. My knees are a lot better. There were multiple reasons of why I decided to go that route, to downsize for health reasons, and really just to get rid of some things that I no longer needed. I'm still there of trying to figure out what don't I need. I do have some storage now. I was able to get rid of some of the things that I no longer needed. But fast forward to today, my son wanted to kind of shift his career and he wanted to start a trade school. And so what that might possibly mean is that he's going to lose a part of his income. So because of that, I then suggested that we be roommates. I know he wants his independence, but it's not something that's going to be forever. And because of the economy and everything that's going on and the rent prices are going sky high, hey, why not move in together so that we both can save money? As I come back to the house, I'm living out of just the one room, my master bedroom, which is good because I want to get a feel for smaller spaces so when I am traveling, I can get used to the small spaces. But all it does is remind me when I was in my military days in the barracks. We had one room, two twin beds in the room, no bigger than the room that I have here now. So I'm used to the small spaces. I have my sewing table in here, and so I can still do that, but it's nice and cozy. And I am taking some steps to doing some more investments, looking into some stocks, and really trying to get my financial portfolio up where I'm in a place where I have enough savings. I have enough in, say, retirement when I do finally retire at 65, and just start building. So now that I'm in the stage of saving and creating some opportunities for myself as far as doing some consulting, I'm at the point in my career as a human resources specialist. So currently right now I'm human resources business partner, but I've worked in every area of human resources and gotten all the certifications that I feel like I need. I'm actually working on one now for investigations. Being a business partner, that's something that we're tasked to do is investigation. So this would be probably my last certification. Like, how many certifications do I need until I feel confident that I can do the job as a consultant? But what I realize, I've got a lot of experience in human resources, so I just need to put myself out there actually. So that's the position that I'm in now, just really rounding out my career, winding down. The company that I've been with, it's a nonprofit organization that I've been with for the past 5 years. I just celebrated my 5th year anniversary. Did not know I was going to be here for this long. It was a job that I got right after COVID, and people were starting to come back to work. I was getting a little paranoid to say, okay, I need to go back to work because I was an entrepreneur back then and doing my lipstick line. So I felt like I needed to go back to work. So being here for 5 years, I've taken advantage of all the certifications that they offered and just gaining that hardcore experience in human resources so that I can break away and do things on my own. So that's where I am right now. I said I was going to take my own advice, right? Just start one step at a time. Several years ago, I created a workbook, Start with Just One. And I'm always telling everyone, all it takes is one step to get started, and you build your momentum from that. And the hardest thing to do is getting started. In this process, it's hard to get started, but if you start one place, it will lead you to the next step and the next step. And then when you build community, we can encourage each other and walk in those steps together to get to our goal and our destination. Um, so yeah, I'm thinking about bringing that workbook back, revamping it, bring it up to date. Um, so what do you think about having some kind of tool or resources like a workbook to help get you started in your goals and plans? Do you think that's something you might be interested in? Sometimes we look at the whole big picture and it looks complicated, or it looks bigger where it seems like we can't accomplish our goals, right? It seems harder than it's going to be if we look at the bigger picture. But if we break it down into smaller steps, have those short-term accomplishments, we can move a lot faster to the end goal and to the bigger goal of what we're trying to accomplish. So let me know in the comments. Not too sure. I'm looking at it. I don't know if it's something that people would want to use of my method. I realized over time, people were asking me, well, how did you do this? And how did you accomplish this? And look what everything that you have and you've done. And I realized I was doing the same steps each time, of starting with just one step and kind of building my own momentum in that. And I end up putting all that information together and putting it into a workbook. Let me know in the comments. So I thank you all for joining me on this episode of Just Lovely Living. Please like and share if you think someone else needs a little boost with starting their goals, especially someone that's in that age of retirement. Share the video. So I thank you all for joining me. Have a lovely day.